Welcome back. In our journey through Vedic Astrology Mastery, we have already understood what Vedic astrology truly is, and we have explored the 12 Rashis, the zodiac signs that form the cosmic framework of life. But now, we arrive at one of the most important foundations of Jyotish. Today, we explore the 9 Grahas, the Navagraha, the cosmic intelligences that shape karma, destiny, psychology, and life experience. This is a crucial turning point because if the Rashis are the stage, then the Grahas are the actors. If the zodiac signs are the environment, then the planets are the forces moving through that environment. Without understanding the Grahas, astrology remains incomplete. So today, we begin understanding the cosmic players. Let us start with one essential question. What is a Graha? In Sanskrit, the word Graha means that which grasps, that which influences, or that which seizes consciousness. This is profound. In Vedic astrology, planets are not merely astronomical objects floating in space. They are symbolic cosmic forces, karmic agencies, energies that influence human experience. Each graha represents a specific dimension of life. Each graha teaches lessons. Each graha carries karmic intelligence. This means the grahas are not random, they are spiritual and psychological archetypes. Now, here is something very important. Vedic astrology includes 9 grahas, not just the visible planets. These are Surya, the sun, Chandra, the moon, Mangal, Mars, Buddha, Mercury, Guru, Jupiter, Shukra, Venus, Shani, Saturn, Rahu, the north node, Ketu, the south node. Together, they form the Navagraha. Now let us understand each one deeply. First, Surya, the sun. The sun is the king of the planetary cabinet. Surya represents the soul, authority, vitality, identity, ego, leadership, father, government, and life force. The sun is your inner light. It reflects your confidence, your core purpose, and your ability to shine. A strong sun often gives leadership, courage, dignity, recognition, and strong self-expression. A weak or afflicted sun may create insecurity, ego imbalance, authority issues, or struggles with confidence. Spiritually, Surya represents Atman, the soul's radiance. The sun teaches self-realization, not ego inflation, but true inner sovereignty. Now, Chandra, the moon. If the sun is the soul, the moon is the mind. Chandra represents emotions, thoughts, memory, perception, nurturing, mother, sensitivity, and mental stability. In Vedic astrology, the moon is extremely important because your life experience depends greatly on your mental state. The moon shows how you feel, how you respond, and how you process life. A strong moon gives emotional intelligence, peace, empathy, and adaptability. A weak moon may bring anxiety, mood swings, insecurity, or emotional instability. Spiritually, the moon teaches mastery of the mind because the uncontrolled mind creates suffering while the stable mind creates wisdom. Now, Mangal, Mars. Mars is energy. Mars represents courage, action, discipline, warfare, aggression, passion, competition, and physical drive. Mangal is the warrior. It gives initiative, bravery, ambition, and strength. A strong Mars can create leaders, soldiers, athletes, engineers, and pioneers. But uncontrolled Mars may create anger, impulsiveness, violence, or conflict. Spiritually, Mars teaches disciplined action. Power must be directed, not wasted. Now, Buddha, Mercury. Mercury is intellect. Buddha governs communication, speech, logic, mathematics, commerce, analysis, humor, and adaptability. Mercury is the messenger. It governs how you think, speak, learn, calculate, and interact. A strong Mercury gives intelligence, business skill, language ability, and quick thinking. A weak Mercury may cause confusion, nervousness, poor communication, or indecision. Spiritually, Mercury teaches discrimination. Knowledge is powerful, but wisdom requires correct use. Now, Guru, Jupiter. Jupiter is one of the most revered planets in Vedic astrology. Guru represents wisdom, expansion, blessings, dharma, spirituality, higher learning, ethics, children, and divine grace. Guru is the teacher. A strong Jupiter often gives optimism, knowledge, prosperity, guidance, and spiritual maturity. A weak Jupiter may create poor judgment, lack of direction, or false wisdom. Spiritually, Jupiter represents divine guidance. Guru teaches truth, expansion, and dharma. This is why Jupiter is often called the planet of blessings. Now, Shukra, Venus. Venus governs love, beauty, pleasure, luxury, art, relationships, sensuality, wealth, and refinement. Shukra is the teacher of worldly enjoyment. It governs attraction and enjoyment of life. A strong Venus can bring charm, creativity, luxury, romance, and artistic gifts. A weak or afflicted Venus may create indulgence, vanity, relationship struggles, or excessive attachment. Spiritually, Venus teaches balance. Pleasure is not the enemy, attachment is. Now, Shani, Saturn. Saturn is one of the most misunderstood grahas. Many fear Saturn, but true Jyotish understands Saturn as one of the greatest karmic teachers. Shani represents discipline, delay, karma, suffering, endurance, structure, responsibility, poverty, maturity, and justice. Saturn does not deny, it refines. A strong Saturn can create extraordinary discipline, patience, wisdom, resilience, and long-term success. A difficult Saturn can bring hardship, delay, fear, loneliness, or karmic lessons. Spiritually, Saturn teaches humility. Shani breaks illusion and builds maturity. Saturn is not punishment, Saturn is karmic education. Now, Rahu. Rahu is not a physical planet, but a shadow graha. Rahu represents obsession, worldly desire, ambition, illusion, unconventionality, foreign influence, technology, politics, and material hunger. Rahu amplifies desire. It wants more success, more fame, more power. A strong Rahu can create innovation, worldly success, and extraordinary ambition. But uncontrolled Rahu can create confusion, addiction, deception, or obsession. Spiritually, Rahu teaches discernment. Desire without awareness becomes bondage. Now, Ketu. Ketu is the opposite of Rahu. Ketu represents detachment, spirituality, moksha, liberation, past life mastery, inner wisdom, and separation. If Rahu says, I want, Ketu says, I release. Ketu can create spiritual insight, mystical depth, intuition, and detachment from materialism. But difficult Ketu may create confusion, isolation, loss, or lack of worldly interest. Spiritually, Ketu teaches liberation. It dissolves false identity. Now, here is something beginners must understand clearly. In Vedic astrology, planets are not simply good or bad. This is a major misconception. Some planets are called natural benefics. These generally include Jupiter, Venus, a strong moon, and Mercury under favorable conditions. These often support growth. Some are called natural malefics. These include Saturn, Mars, Sun, Rahu, and Ketu. But malefic does not mean evil. It often means intense, challenging, or transformational. For example, Saturn may delay but also mature. Mars may create conflict but also courage. Rahu may create obsession but also innovation. So astrology requires depth, not fear. Now let us touch briefly on exaltation and debilitation. Each graha performs strongly in certain signs and weakly in others. For example, Sun is exalted in Aries, Moon is exalted in Taurus, Mars is exalted in Capricorn, Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, Venus is exalted in Pisces, Saturn is exalted in Libra. This means the sign environment affects planetary expression. Remember this always. A planet is energy, a sign is style, a house is life area. Together, they create interpretation. Now let us understand the deeper spiritual truth. The Navagraha are karmic teachers. Sun teaches identity. Moon teaches emotional mastery. Mars teaches disciplined action. Mercury teaches intelligence. Jupiter teaches wisdom. Venus teaches value. Saturn teaches karma. Rahu teaches desire. Ketu teaches liberation. This means your birth chart is not punishment. It is curriculum. Your chart is your soul's classroom. Each graha shows lessons you are here to learn. So never fear difficult placements. Understand them. Because Jyotish is not meant to create fear. It is meant to create awareness. Now let us summarize. Surya, soul. Chandra, mind. Mangal, action. Buddh, intellect. Guru, wisdom. Shukra, love, Shani, karma, Rahu, desire, Ketu, liberation. These 9 cosmic forces shape human life. They influence personality, relationships, wealth, struggle, success, and spiritual growth. And as we move deeper into Jyotish, you will learn how these grahas behave in signs, houses, dashas, and transits. But today, your goal is foundation. Know the players before interpreting the game. Because without understanding the grahas, prediction becomes mechanical. But with true understanding, astrology becomes wisdom. So remember this deeply. The grahas are not punishing you. They are teaching you. They are not enemies. They are cosmic guides. In our next lecture, we will explore the 12 houses, the bhavas, the life areas where planetary karma unfolds. Because signs are the environment, planets are the force, and houses are where life happens. Thank you for continuing this journey into Vedic Astrology Mastery. Study deeply, reflect sincerely, because Jyotish is not merely prediction. It is the sacred science of self-understanding. And this is only the beginning.